Hey Sonic fans, so I recently just made a Sonic 2 Sonic Mania infomercial comparison, and I gained a lot of subscribers from that. I wanted to treat those subscribers right by making a video about my Sonic collection since I've been a Sonic fan since I was like 5 years old, and I don't really care. I'm 19 years old now. I stopped collecting a long time ago, and I want to advise you, just please do not ask for this stuff. I'm not selling it right now. Like, I have this stuff like in storage, and I was looking through it right now, and I just thought like I should make a video. So my nickname is Zenono, and let's get started with the video. This first one is this robot from Sonic X, and I don't actually know the name of it. I don't really care, but yeah, he shoots missiles like that, and he had like a little light up piece, but unfortunately the light doesn't work on it. And yeah, this was made by Toy Island, so you can see all the screws in the back. Oh yeah, along the way we can just try to like form like some type of discussion. Like, I know like there are a lot of Sonic collectors out there, like, let's be real, like, these things came out like in 2007, I think, and then battery on Tails is gone, but Knuckles, he still lights up. So here are some of the weapons that they came with. This was one of Sonic's, and then this one is Tails. Here's Sonic, by the way. And then also you should note that the helmets do come off, and these are part of like a series, two series. This one was called the Space Fighters, and the other one, I forgot what it was called, but that one only came with 4 figures, and this one came with 5. I don't have the Shadow from this line. But up next we have the, I guess, the Jazzwares 3.75 line. This one has a little bendy Excalibur, and you can't even see the face. There's no face on it. Womp. And then this translucent Sonic, which I don't know what they were going for. These were really weird figures. And then this one was Eggman, and he was part of the 3.75 line. He looks like he's about like 4 or 5 inches compared to his Toy Island. Yeah, the arm's loose. I have another one of this Minton box, which I'm planning on selling that one later. And then we have this Froggy right here that came with a Toy Island Big the Cat, but I lost his fishing string and I ended up throwing away the figure when I was little. Oh yeah, so I've been a Sonic fan since I was 5 years old. 14 years later, I'm 19 now. This is what I used to look when I was like about like 7. Some glare there, yeah. I was a pretty embarrassing kid. But there's still hope for all of you. This one is the first one that Jazzwares made, the Sonic and the Black Knight. No, actually, it was the first Jazzwares figure that I think they made was the Super Sonic, Super Shadow figure that came alongside of the release of Sonic Unleashed, and then eventually they ended up having the Jazzwares Werehog figure, which I have the smaller one somewhere around here. And then I just want to get through all the Megabot pieces. So if you didn't notice already, these Megabot figures, they look kind of similar compared to this line of figures. If you can see right here, their poses are kind of identical, which it's kind of lame out of you, Toy Island, but they were still pretty cool. And then let's try to look through this again. This one is the Megabot Shadow, which he looks the weirdest out of the bunch. There's a different version of him that I think if you go on sonicgear.org, they have a different version of his face. And then if you wanted to check that out, go ahead. I'll link in the description to Sonic Gear, free advertising. I used to go on that website all the time when I was little. And then I'm trying to look, where's Knuckles? This one, poor articulation. And then the arms come off really easily on these figures, by the way. I think I got this one on Christmas 2006. That was around the time of Sonic X's last year, I think. And then, oh yeah, the Megabot pieces each came with a part for this robot. I don't have the last piece right there. That one, I think, came with like a Beanie figure. And there was also another Sonic pose, but the Megabot line is pretty expensive, and trying to find like a complete robot, I think like it's like, I don't know, like $40, I don't remember. Not too expensive, but like the entire set itself is just really expensive. Trying to look for that like on eBay and stuff. Toy Island Sonic with barely any articulation. This one actually got at a flea market, so I did a lot of my collecting like at flea markets and stuff, and I found some pretty cool stuff along the way. This one is actually the 1999 Sonic Adventure Sonic figure, because it does have a magnet. If I can try showing you. Okay. Stuff used to stick to the bottom of these figures, and this one has like a tiny, kind of like squishy head. His head is pretty squishy. I think that's it for pretty much the Series 1 Toy Island Sonic figures. And then they had a Series 2 along the way after the Megabot line, and this series looked so much nicer than the Megabot. There's Shadow, nothing at the bottom. Here's Rouge. Pretty cool figure. Cream and Cheese. Now, Sonic Advance 2 was pretty much one of my favorite games, and then Sonic Advance 3, and then Sonic Battle, and then I'd probably say Sonic Advance 1. Sonic Advance 1 has, I think that was the last one that I got out of that series. Like, I think I had Sonic Advance 3 was my first one, but then I just liked the gameplay better. Chris Thorndike, which I have to say, if you have to watch Sonic X, watch the Japanese version, since either way, the series is pretty boring itself, but the Japanese version has a lot better voice acting, and they need to really release the Blu-ray version. I think that's coming up soon. This is Series 2, and then the buckle on this one is just weird. It's just big. Oh yeah, the bottom actually stays true to Sonic X canon. And then there's some other figures where the bottom is different. Like, if you look at Archie Sonic, like, the bottom of his shoe has just been weird over the years, but then they ended up sticking to the video game canon, having him simple, like this one right here. This one is a Jazzwares Sonic figure, and then this is in comparison to the other Jazzwares figure that came along that time. Here's the 20th anniversary edition. Something different about these figures is that, here's the rest of his body, is that before they released the 20th anniversary edition, like, look at the bottom of his shoes, some lines, and then look at the back of his shoes. Like, they did some, like, kind of weird, like, paint job, and they had this little red gap, and then this one just was covered up to just stay true to canon. Oh yeah, this one right here. Toy Island did release a lot of accurate figures, and along the way some of their best figures yet. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. I have a lot of other stuff in storage, like the bendy figures, and then like the racing car ones, like Transformed, and the other ones. The bottom of Shadow's shoes, that's really good. And then they had some bases around here somewhere. You just attach them to that, but they had Shadow, and then they had the Werehog, which very great detail. This one was Metal Sonic. This one was probably my second favorite compared to Shadow, and then Silver was my third. Like, look at that. Just all around. I think later editions didn't even come with the bottom part. I'm a nerd, I know. And then Knuckles. This one looked really good. Like, everything like Jazzwares released like along the way just looked really good, and that's pretty much it for Jazzwares figures. Then I have this 1993 Sonic figure, just shoot him and go. And then there was also Knuckles one, and then this one just has wheels on the bottom and then just flings. These were all based around Sonic 3. Like, I know a lot about this stuff because of SonicGear.org. Like, really go check that website out. They have a lot of information on figurines and stuff. And then this one's this weird little card from Sonic Adventure that came with the Resource line. Yes, we're getting to cooler figures now. Here's the Joyride box. I kept it over the years because it's so cool, and I love having discussions over these type of stuff, since some people are either too embarrassed or they think like they've grown out of Sonic. So yeah, this little cool Sonic pin right here from an anime convention. This one right here, I also got this one at the flea market, and then I got it for like $10. I don't remember. Not $2,010, like somewhere around that range. Let me just say, these are my favorite figures. Like, if I have to keep anything out of this bunch, it would probably be my Resource figures. Oh yeah, and then plushes and stuff, we're not going to go over that today. And then, I don't have the back for this right now, I don't know where that is, but there's E102 Omega. If you have to ask me what my favorite Sonic game is, I'm going to have to say, but only for his levels, of course. Like, there's some bias around that. Like, then this 20th anniversary classic Sonic figure, and there's a there's like a Motobug that came with like the smaller version right here. I forgot to go over that one. And then this one I think came with like a Hot Wheels toy line, so it was pretty weird. Came with 2 rings, opposable arms, and then it came with the motorcycle, and then it just shot out. Like, same discussion, like, why does he need a card? But he would have been too fast in that game without his card, so they needed to give him that. This one right here, this one was like one of Jazzwares' greater figures. Like, once they had the license, like, everyone was like all over, like, you know, all their figures. Resource Sonic, which looked a lot better at the time than this one. It's pretty weird how Toy Island just... I don't know what happened, why they went bankrupt, but it's pretty odd to me how Resource died shortly before Toy Island did. Knuckles. Yeah, you can go into depth about like why the articulation is weird in their eyes, but I think the figures look pretty nice themselves. Then this classic Sonic string. This one was released in 1991. It's pretty cool. And then this Comic-Con 2010, 2009, 2000 something. This one was released by Jazzwares. I don't have any of the figures since I personally thought they looked ugly. But yeah, there's the Metal Sonic Comic-Con. I don't know, doesn't say the year on there. Let me try to check this box. Okay, so I can't find it, but yeah, there's the Juvie Metal Sonic figure. Thank you again so much for watching this video. Like, I don't even want to do like some type of like shot of all this stuff since I'm using my laptop to film this. We're actually not done. I told you guys earlier about the Series 1 Star Force figures. And that's what we're going to do. So, I have this bag right here, and then, oops. Yeah, in comparison to this figure right here, this one looks a lot nicer. So, I think the light still works on it. Nope. That figures. They all mostly came with like the similar type of like weapons, like 2 pieces and stuff. Knuckles' tail came off somewhere in this collection, but there's Knuckles. Looks really, really weird. Different material. He has like a squished face and then his eyes are like popping out. And then let's check here. Sonic, which I haven't seen this figure in a long time. Whoa, that is huge. I think the light dims down. Let's try to see which one lights the strongest. I think this one's gonna win. It won. I guess it's because I haven't used this one in a long time. The paint job on this one, though, it's just really flashy and just really weird. Like, I'm still confused why they did that. Then this one just looks like a knight. Like, honestly, like, look at those pants. It looks so ridiculous. Oh yeah, for the Series 1, I think the bottom part of his like sword got chewed up by my dog, which he's sleeping on my bed, so he's still alive, so he's pretty much been around this whole entire time. And then here are the weapons one more time. Here's Shadow. Shadow did not have a bottom part, but some more trivia for you, I guess. That looks cool. Let's just... I can't. So I forgot to go over 4 figures, and these are mostly just classic figures. So this first one right here, this one was made available in like supermarkets and stuff, and pretty much it would have like gum in the back of its head, and then you would just take it out and chew it. And then it had the Sonic's Tam kind of hair. Like, I did not know about this until like years later. Like, I had it in my collection. I got it at like some flea market, and then I didn't know like the back could come off, and then you could do that, and then yeah, they were kind of like just sold multiples, and he doesn't even have paint on the shoes. This next one right here, this one was a 1999 Knuckles figure. This one actually looks like a really nice figure. You can see the Lego piece right there, nothing in the bottom, so it kind of looks like the other one that I showed earlier. And this one's just like a bobblehead. But thank you guys again so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys again another time.